All right, Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS and Ruel. Peace, love, and salutation to all the brothers out there pushing his words, sincerity, and the truth. And Shalom to the brothers and sisters out there keeping his words, sincerity, and the truth. All right, I wanted to go into this quick lesson. It's called, it's an article, it says, NATO warns Russia of severe consequences in case of a nuclear strike. Any use of nuclear weapons by Russia is unacceptable and will have severe consequences, NATO said on Tuesday after an ally of Russian President Vladimir Putin issued another START nuclear warning to Ukraine and to the West. Any use of nuclear weapons is absolutely unacceptable. It would totally change the nature of the conflict, and Russia must know that a nuclear war cannot be won and must never be fought, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said. When we see that kind of nuclear rhetoric again and again from Russia, from President Putin, it is something that we have to take seriously, and therefore we are conveying the clear message that this will have severe consequences for Russia. This is Zechariah chapter 14, verse 5. Salaki verse This is not where I wanted to start. Which I'm gonna go ahead and start here anyway. But the Third World War, the countries being destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, America being destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, it's gonna happen. It's inevitable, with these other countries using nuclear war and having the nuclear capabilities. This is all the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And these countries will go to war, and it will be a third world war. Which I'm going to go ahead and start with. This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. It says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood." Right, because in the ancient world, men were actually using hand-to-hand combat, and their form of long-range combat was a bow and arrow, But mostly it was close quarters combat, and it said it was with confused noise. The confused noise was going into all the war cries, the yelling, the sword, the different swords clanging, people being killed, just different types of noises going on in that ancient battle, and then garments rolled in blood because it's a close quarters it was close quarters combat. So, you had you face to face able fighting someone else, and just think about it. Two people fighting each other with swords, and one person, they wind up winning that battle between that man. The blood is gonna splatter on the person's clothes. It's gonna get on their sword. It's gonna be a real. It's gonna get on the person. It says, "But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire." Right. So this last war is gonna be fought with thermonuclear missiles. Thermonuclear capabilities, and that's why all these countries have the thermonuclear capabilities, because it's the will of the Lord to destroy America by fire. And what the people know as the lake of fire, that's talking about America. America will be this lake of fire. This is Zechariah 14 and 12, and this is what's going to happen to everyone that's over here that's not delivered, because the elect will be delivered. The elect will receive salvation. And when I say elect, I mean the elect of the nation of Israel. They are the ones considered the elect, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is Zechariah 14:12. It says, "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem." Jerusalem is talking about the nation of Israel and not the actual land. "Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongues shall consume away in their mouth." And you can see an example of that in the movie Terminator. That one scene where the thermonuclear missile went off, and it sent that nuclear wave throughout the nuclear wind throughout the whole city, and it destroyed everything. And the woman, she got destroyed. The woman with the children, they got destroyed. Then the woman holding on to the gate, her flesh consumed away, her eyes consumed away, her tongue consumed away. She was nothing but a skeleton on the gate. This is gonna happen in real time, in real life. This is the fate for a lot of people that's walking the earth right now as we speak. This is gonna be their fate. I'm gonna read it again. Zechariah 14:12. "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth." And that's going into the thermonuclear missiles. This is Joel chapter 2, verse 1. "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand." And this is going into the day of the Lord during these thermonuclear missiles, but also too when Yahweh shall return, and he's going to bring that salvation to the nation, to the elect of the nation of Israel. It says, "A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains." So this is what the day of the Lord is going to look like. This is what it's going to be like when Yahweh shall return. And it's not going to be that whole perception where it's going to be a sunny day. It's going to be a bright day. Everybody's going to be in a good mood. It's not going to be a pretty time at all. It says, "A great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations," right? So it's not going to ever be a time like this ever again. It's never been a time like this, and it'll never be a time like this ever again. So this is going to be the worst time that history has ever seen since, man has existed. It says, "A fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth," going into the missiles. A fire devoured before them, and a flame, and behind them a flame burneth, which the flame behind is what propels the missile, propels the nuclear warheads. It says the land is as the Garden of Eden before them. Right, because if you look at the land of America now, it's still, the cities are still here. It don't look like a desolate wilderness. It don't look like a war zone. It don't look like it's been destroyed. It don't look, you don't see destruction. So it says the land and the land is going into America. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, before the missiles come, and behind them a desolate wilderness. So after the missiles, America is going to be like a desolate wilderness. It's going to be, a desert. Yeah, and nothing shall escape them. It says the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Because you think about the old, the ancient wars, and not even just ancient wars, but wars fought over here. You could think about some of the wars fought over here in America, or just wars in general. You could probably look at how Gad versus how Gad was with Esau when they was going to war. How they was basically on horses, and they was in formations, or any type of war. You can see it on movies where they'll be in formations. The horses are being formations, and they'll all be running along towards the enemy. That's how it's gonna be when these missiles flying off. They're gonna all be flying, because you're gonna have different silos shooting out missiles at the same time. They're all gonna be flying over here to their mark, to their destination. And it's like Joel said, it's gonna be like horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. It says, like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains, shall they leap. Right, they gonna leap. They gonna be flying, soaring through the sky. Make it one big fly straight up in the air, make one big U-turn and come straight back down to the earth. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pain, all faces shall gather blackness. Right, so this is when the American people find out about this is happening, this is going on, that the missiles are coming, and they finna destroy this place. These countries have shot off missiles. When people start to see them, they start to see that glittering light in the sky, knowing that it's the missiles coming down and they finna destroy this place. This is how they gonna be. Verse 7, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one on his ways. And they shall not break their ranks. So they're not going to be malfunctioning. They're not going to be, crashing into each other or anything. And Esau Edom's system and his defense systems not going to be able to divert them. It says, neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Right. So, because the Spirit of the Lord will be guiding this. This is all the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So he going to be directing this. So it ain't going to be nothing that Esau Edom can do to divert it. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them, right? Because when you have all these thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of missiles hitting this earth, the earth is going to rock to and fro like a drunkard. It says it's going to quake before them. The heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining, right? Because of all the smoke and the mushroom cloud that's going to be behind all these thermonuclear missiles, you're not going to be able to see the sun and the moon. You're not going to be able to see the sky, And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executeth his word. The day of the Lord is great and very terrible. Who can abide? Right. So knowing that this is prophesied in the Bible, it's inevitable for these countries to shoot off these missiles, but it's gonna mainly be targeted towards America. America is the place where the Lord has the most indignation for. America is the place where the Lord want to destroy the most. Let me see. This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, which the 10 horns is going back into the ancient Roman Empire. It was all of his allies, which is more allies now. It's more than just 10 now. But that ancient Roman system, which the modern Roman system, you have the modern NATO and the EU, they are the beast. The whore is America. So it says, in the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, which is America. And these shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So America will be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. This is the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to destroy this place. And just to let me see. This is Revelation chapter 9. No, I'm not going to get that. Let me see. This is Revelation chapter 7. Verse 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree, which the wind is representation of the destruction, the destruction and the war, the war, that's what this wind is representing, and this is happening in real time right now as as I'm doing this lesson. The four angels are standing back, holding the winds back, holding back that destruction, and this is why. Verse 2, and I saw another angel ascended from the east, having a seal of the living God, the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. Right, so it said until we have sealed the servants of the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in their foreheads. Right, so it's not saying that destruction is not going to happen, or where, how they're saying they're urging Russia and Putin not to use nuclear, not to use any type of nuclear powered weaponry or anything. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. But America will be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. It will be a third world war, which I'm going to end it on that. This is Revelations 11 and 14. It says the second woe is past, which the second woe is going into the second world woe. And behold, the third woe coming quickly. Actually, I am going to go back to Revelation chapter 9. The second woe is the second world war. And it said the third will come quickly. This is Revelations 9 and 12. It says, one woe is past, which that one woe is World War I. And behold, there cometh two woes more hereafter, which is World War II and World War III. And like I read in Isaiah, it said, but this shall be fought with burning and fuel of fire. The third world war will be a thermonuclear war, and it'll be nothing that the countries can do, nothing that Esau can do to stop it. No talking to the countries, because this is the will of Yahweh by Shemi Awashai. And America will be that lake of fire, which I'm going to get that too. I'm going to jump to the bottom. That's not what I wanted. Okay, Revelation chapter 19. It's Revelation chapter 19. I'm going to start at verse 19. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. The kings of the earth, the beast, which is NATO and the EU, the kings of the earth, which is the kingdoms, the different rulers, the powers, and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. Him that sat on the horse and his army is going into Yahweh Shah and the angels, because these countries, they will try to fight against the Lord when he returns. This is why they coming out telling you that they've been researching and studying the so-called UFOs. This is why they have a space force. This is why they have weapons on the space stations, because they know Yahweh Shah is coming back. They know the angels exist. They know all of this is prophesied to happen. So they believe that they're going to be able to fight against Yahweh Shah and win. Verse 20, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, which the false prophet is going into the Roman Catholic Church. with him, which he deceived them that had received the MOT to the B, which we know what the MOT to the B is. It is the RFID C-HIP. Put that together. It says, and them that worship his image, which the image is going into this whole system, this beast system. These both were cast alive into a lake of burning fire with brimstone. This is the same fuel of fire, burning with fuel and fire, the same fire that's going to consume the people eyes, their flesh, their tongue, the same things that Joel chapter 2 had prophesied. That's like horses that's gonna be flying over to this place. The place, it said the land as is the Garden of Eden before it, and behind it the desolate wilderness. This is the same lake of fire that's gonna be burning with brimstone. It's talking about the thermonuclear missiles. And I just finish it out. And the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. So, Lord will, this was an edifying video. Just want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, the GMS, that rule well, and peace, love, and salutation to the brothers out there.